I, 32M, am a planner. My job is to anticipate problems and manage timelines. I applied the same logic to my wedding. My fiancée, Clara, 29F, whose wealthy father, Robert, funded the affair, found my meticulousness amusing. "You handle it, babe," she'd say. "You're better at it." I took it as trust. He transferred a high five-figure sum to my account with the instruction, "Give her the best." So I planned. Every contract, the historic estate, the photographer, the band was in my name, paid from that fund. With 1 week to go, my phone buzzed. It was Clara. "Clara, hey, super random question, LOL. Remind me of a date." I stared at the screen. Not a date. The date. I felt my blood run cold. This wasn't a quirky mistake. This was a 5-alarm fire. A quick scroll through her best friend Madison's tag photos confirmed it. Clara wasn't at her mother's. She was on a beach somewhere tropical, doing shots. The post was 2 hours old, captioned, "Living in the moment." She had outsourced our entire future to me and then checked out. The hurt lasted 5 minutes. Then the planner took over. I texted back, "Don't worry about it." Then I got to work. Asterisk the credit card. Clara had a supplementary card on my account for wedding emergencies. I logged into my banking app. Click. User deactivated. Done. Asterisk the venue. I called the events manager. I explained the wedding was off. The substantial non-refundable deposit was theirs, but I had a counter-proposal. Could I pivot the booking? Keep the open bar, swap the catering to high-end sliders, and use the space for a freedom party for 50 friends this Saturday? Happy to keep the full fee without the hassle. She agreed instantly. Asterisk the vendors. I spent the next hour canceling everything else. The deposits for the florist and band were lost. It was a significant financial hit, but it felt like a necessary amputation. My phone rang. It was Robert Albright. I answered, putting it on speaker. "Leo." It wasn't his usual quiet command. It was a roar. "What the hell is going on?" "Clara is standing here crying. Her card was just declined." I took a breath. "Hello, Robert. I'm just taking care of things." By cutting her off? A week before her wedding. "There is no wedding," I said, my voice level. "I canceled it this afternoon. You should check Madison's Instagram. It looks like a fun trip. Anyway, I have to go. Lots to organize." I hung up. The silence was deafening. Showtime was over. Now came the fallout. Update 1. The Freedom Party was last night. The past week has been a masterclass in entitlement. After my call with Robert, the messages from Clara came in waves, shifting from confused, "Call me now," to furious, "You're ruining my life." Her mother, Eleanor, tried the next day with a gentle approach. "Leo, dear," she began, "Clara is a free spirit. She makes silly mistakes. You can't throw away your future over a little stress. Just reinstate everything, and we'll forget this ever happened." "There's nothing to reinstate, Eleanor," I said flatly. "It's done." The smear campaign, led by Madison, started soon after. Mutual friends messaged me. "Dude, heard you bailed on Clara and stole her dad's money." I sent a few key friends a screenshot of Clara's text, followed by the picture of her on the beach. The story corrected itself with the people who mattered, and they all got invites to the party. The party itself was a reclaiming. Toasting with my real friends in the ballroom that was meant for my first dance felt more honest than anything I'd felt in months. Around 11 p.m., Clara and her sister appeared at the venue's entrance. She must have seen posts from a party. "That's my wedding venue," she shrieked, pointing a shaking finger at me. "You're having a party without me?" "It's my party, Clara," I said calmly. "Booked and paid for under my name. You should go home." The look on her face, the utter, uncomprehending shock that her actions had led to this exact moment, was worth every lost deposit. Update 2. It's been 3 weeks. The other shoe dropped in the form of a courier with a thick letter from Robert's corporate law firm. It was a beautifully aggressive piece of fiction, accusing me of fraud and breach of promise. It demanded the immediate repayment of the entire wedding fund, plus $25,000 in damages for the public humiliation caused to Clara. It claimed Robert's money was a personal loan, contingent on a wedding that I had maliciously canceled. I hired a sharp, no-nonsense family law specialist, Ms. Hayes. I gave her my file, The bank transfer, the contracts, the receipts, the texts, and the screenshots. She smiled. Mr. Albright is used to bullying people. He's about to learn that contract law doesn't get intimidated. Her response was a work of art. Asterisk refutation. It dismantled their claims, stating the money was a conditional gift and Claire's actions voided the condition. Asterisk the damages. We included a statement of financial damages incurred. We didn't demand payment. We just laid out my own losses. The primary item was the entire security deposit and first month's rent for the apartment we were supposed to move into. The lease was in both our names, but I had paid the fees. Since she refused to move in, the money was forfeited. We attached the lease and the receipt. The letter concluded that after subtracting the forfeited deposits and my own financial damages, Robert was fortunate we weren't seeking the difference from him. It warned that any further contact would be treated as harassment. A week later, I was called into HR. An anonymous complaint had been filed, claiming I was unstable and erratic. It was a clear attempt to get me fired. Final update. It has been 6 months. Life is quiet now, and it's my own. The HR complaint was dismissed. I calmly explained to my boss that I was dealing with the messy end of a relationship, and that the complaint was a baseless retaliation. My work record spoke for itself. The attempt to ruin my livelihood was so transparently spiteful that it only confirmed I'd made the right decision. After my lawyer's letter, Robert and his legal team went completely silent. Faced with actual evidence and the prospect of a humiliating public court battle, he folded. It was never about justice for them. It was about control. When they lost it, they vanished. The grapevine filled in the rest. Clara's humiliation was total. When the smear campaign failed, her friends scattered. She had to give up her apartment and move back in with her parents. Her relationship with Robert is reportedly in tatters. He isn't angry because I was wronged. He's angry because he was embarrassed and lost a significant amount of money. He blames her entirely for being so careless. As for me, I'm good. Truly, I sold the engagement ring, which by law was mine to keep, and took a solo trip. That apartment deposit I lost on at first, but I now realize it was the best money I ever spent. It was the price of my freedom. The revenge wasn't loud or explosive. It was simply refusing to play their game. I didn't scream or yell. I treated the end of our relationship like a failed project. I assessed the damage, mitigated the losses, and moved on. They expected me to absorb the consequences of Clara's betrayal. I just handed them the bill, and they were finally forced to pay it.